I think the movement offers the world to opportunity to explore sisterhood and brotherhood in a real way, either through commitment, connection, and relationality, and somehow that brings gives value to the human person.
It's actually about what the world gives the movement in many ways, and therefore, in reflection, what the movement then gives the world. It's that dual combination of toing and froing that is what happens. And so the question around what the movement gives the world is that response to what's happening in the world, response to what's happening with the needs of the people, and how we're working in relationship with people in a variety of ways to help to walk with them to fullness.
I think the movement gives the world opportunities and a history of gentleness and service.
I think that the movement gives to the world action other than sermons. I think that the movement gives to the world a realisation of justice rather than the praise of the pious.
I think the movement already gives something to the world. In Tasmania, where I come from, all I have to say is I work with Edmund Rice, and before I finish the sentence they say, "Oh, Edmund Rice, they do great things with young people and justice," and there's somewhere of what the Edmund Rice movement already gives the world. They see us on the edge with people who are hurting, excluded, and I would say it gives them something of the gospel of Jesus, a sense of the kingdom, values, without it being called that necessarily. So we have much to give the edge and lead people enable people to be included and inclusive.
So we've been talking a lot these days about the movement, and a question I asked the group this morning, and they're going to be exploring later on this afternoon, is why even bother with the movement? What does the movement give the world that it needs or it doesn't already have? So I was asked to answer that question, and it's not my question to answer, but I have an answer to it. My hope is what the movement gives the world is a new consciousness about what it means to be Christ in the world. A new way of understanding that it's all about relationships, and that if we can connect and build and deepen the relationships and live in and lean into the future, that there is a life force of love and energy that's trying to be born, and we just co-create that together. So I think that the movement gives the world a deep sense of a new awareness, a new consciousness, a new way of being the gospel.
I think the Edmund Rice movement is a sign of hope for the world. I think it has a message that whatever it is that has been difficult can be made easier, and that there are people there who can work in the marginalised areas of people's lives, who can learn from and also contribute to making the world a better place to live in. Edmund Rice's spirit is alive and well and can be exemplified in the lives of other people.
Okay, the Edmund Rice Network gives people the opportunity to connect in a world where person-to-person connection is not necessarily available.
I think the movement gives hope that we can make a difference and make a change where change is needed.
Beautiful.